Here we are, the first vlog in North Carolina, kind of. Today we're gonna do a couple things. We are going to cut the front fender a little bit. Well, not the front fender, but the front, this like trim piece, and then the bumper. Because right now with our caster setup, we cannot turn at all. I actually had to use wheel dollies to even get the car into the trailer and out of the trailer and in here. So that's the plan for that. I wanted to wait till I got the over so I could flow it nice, but since it's not here yet, I want to make sure the car runs and drives and everything's fine. I'm going to cut both of these sides today and hopefully take the car for a rip. Other than that, we'll kind of figure it out as we go. So let's do it. So I just remembered, before I'm going to make any cuts, Chelsea Denofa has kind of told a couple people that when they run the SLR setup that we got on, you screw the lollipops in the back all the way in to run pretty much as much front caster as you can. So we're going to make that change, then cut. So this part of the control arm, back where it comes back right here, stock is not adjustable. With SLR stuff, you get a lollipop deal here that allows you to adjust caster. So the more in you move this lollipop, the more caster you're going to get. The more out, the less caster you're going to get. Originally, when I installed this, I set it up so it was the caster to kind of match the arch in the wheel well, but this year I'm basically going to spin this about halfway of what it is now, so we get a little bit more caster, and then we'll cut the front stuff up. Alright, so I made the lollipop changes. I can visibly see that the whole wheel moved forward in the wheel well, which is the more caster, which we were going for. So before we even set it down, I'm just going to cut these off flush with the OEM fender, because I know that they're going to hit. It's not worth putting it down and then bringing it back up just to know that this is not going to work. So we're going to take the body saw and chop those off. Alright, so we got this stuff cut right here. I cut this with the fender and then also chamfered it in. So now there's definitely there's plenty of clearance even if the front end compresses. So now I want to make sure this thing drives. Hit limiter at least once, make sure it doesn't cut out or anything. It still revs out, make sure, because we rewired everything. And I just want to make sure it's good. So I'm going to pull the car out. I got to grab my wallet. I know it doesn't have any gas in it, so I'm going to take it to the gas station, drive around the block, see what happens. Do it. Alright guys, so I just got back from taking her for a rip. I know I should have filmed it. On my way there, I was just going to drive easy, get some gas stations right down the road, and then I was going to hit it at least once on my way back, and then I was going to film that part. And I was driving there, and I was like, I couldn't resist it, so I got on it, and I mean, the power is there immensely. Everything feels great. I'm not worried about that at all. And then after that, I kind of was like, obviously, this is the first time it's been on the road since being fully disassembled and fully put back together, and I can tell there's something maybe in the rear end that's not fully tight, so I didn't get on the way back. So I'm basically going to go through the entire car. I'm just going to nut and bolt everything now that I know that it works. I'm going to nut and bolt everything that I can, and then probably maybe later today, but it might be tomorrow, that I'll put this thing back on the road, and then I'll make sure to get a clip for you guys of this thing ripping in its new 2018 year. So we are going to go right now to the dealership for my dad, because his right front, or his driver's side wheel bearing is totally toast. So we're gonna go there, have them look at it because it's still under warranty. And wheel bearing on that truck, found out it's like $400, which is nuts. So we're gonna run there, get some lunch, come back, and then I'm gonna dive into nut and bolting this thing. Just got back from running and getting my dad's truck checked out. They did some recall water pump work, and now he is actually doing the wheel bearing here instead of letting the dealership do it, because everything is back ordered. And right now, since my Passat is still in Wisconsin, this is our only vehicle, and he was able to get the wheel bearing for way cheaper just from Advanced Auto than the dealership. So he's gonna knock that out. I'm gonna nut and bolt stuff, and then yeah, we're gonna try to take the car out again and make sure we're all good. So I went through the entire car from front to back, literally everything I could get a wrench on, and nothing was loose, which is a good thing and maybe a bad thing. Maybe that little bit of sway in the front end or whatever it was just in my head because I haven't driven my car in so long. But yeah, I went from here to here, nut and bolted everything from axles, drive shaft, all suspension components, subframe, everything, and everything was good. So I guess I'm going to put everything back together, check like oil and coolant and stuff, and make sure that's all still good after running it once. Put it back on the ground and go for another drive, I guess. So I got the car in the ground, got all the wheels on and everything, and I was like, you know what? One more thing that could have caused the car to be a little bit darty in the front, or not really darty, but a little bit of sway, would be toe and stuff like that. So right now, I threw the toe plates on, measured it up, and I'm actually like towed in like a ½ inch, which could totally be the cause for a wandering front end. So yeah, I'll kind of show you guys what I'm doing and the change that I'm making. What I'm using is long anchor or intercomp toe plates. Basically lean one against this wheel, one against this wheel. When your wheel in the car is straight, and you know that the wheel's straight in the cars means the wheels are straight. And then I take 2 tape measures. You can do 1 tape measure as well, but the plates actually have these little slots in them for the tape measures to fit. So what I do is have my dad hold this tight to the wheel right here, and then he holds the 2 tape measures here. So we're basically getting a measurement from the front of the wheel and the back of the wheel. So when I come over here and take my tape measures, got right here and right here, you can measure basically the distance from the other side of the plate to this side of the plate. Same with over here. You can tell if your wheel, your whole front alignment is towed in or towed out, which basically means you have both your wheels right here. If they were 0, they'd both be facing the same direction and the same angle. If it was towed in, you would have like this one at 0, and this one would be a little bit in or out, which would be toe out. So my car is towed in a little bit, which could be the cause for the wandering. So I'm going to tow it out a little bit by adjusting the right tie rod, and then we're going to measure it again and then take it for a drive. So the car was actually towed in even more than I thought it was. I thought it was like 1/4 inch. It was like at least a ½ inch, which is definitely the reason for the wandering. So hopefully that's fixed. It's all towed up, 1/4 inch out now, and it's almost dark, but we're gonna get one rip in before the sun goes down. Head. And runner. Still trying to get the car to run. Last time we left, our neighbors, today our car flew up, and we're back doing the same exact thing we were doing. So we are back. The car is in the garage. The car feels very, very good. The wandering was definitely the toe because the thing feels really, really good now. It's super responsive. It rips, it gets on it, it revs out, it still roasts the tires, like still in 4th if you're going through the gears, and I'm super hyped on it. So I think, I mean, just overall, my car is ready for the season mechanically wise, and now I'm just super hyped to get the rest of the body kit on and slap on the livery, and we're gonna get the season started. Just got word from back home in Wisconsin that my body kit was shipped there instead of here. So that stuff's on its way here. That should get here like sometime later this week. I gotta wrap that, put that on, and then finally, I can start laying my livery that I designed, which we'll probably go over in a later video, but I'm super hyped on it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys are ready for this 2018 season and everything that's gonna go down with moving and living down southeast now. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and deuce.